Good morning and welcome to today's episode of Coffee Chat. So here is a project that my husband Tom and I made yesterday. It took probably a couple hours, 2 hours. Part of our CCC to help us get through this, a New Deal program here. We're talking about the Corona Coffee Chat program, and project number one was to make this smaller and more portable sifter, since we do a little bit of amateur archaeology. And I'm going to take the cat out of it and show you how this thing unfolds and is the perfect height for what I need to be doing. Okay, so this one's got a different purpose for me. This one I want to use when I'm like down in the hole digging and I'm tossing shovel loads up onto the screen. I won't have to get out of the hole. I'll be able to sift it right there from the hole. This will be next to me up a little bit higher, so it has shorter legs. You can make one of these very easily. I'll have a couple of videos attached on the making of it. Monster, move. And so that swings around like so that you can go ahead and lift it up like that for sifting. Hand hold, so we didn't add any extra wood, which is weight, keeping it light. We used some hardboard we had already available in Tom's shed, just kind of recycle stuff like that. So you have to use washers to make sure there's mobility in there and not a lot of friction for the legs to swivel. And make sure you have a brace like that for the legs. The brace is good that when I fold it that way, the brace is actually going to be lifting this thing up. So when I work down at the creek, I can throw some shovel loads right there in the water, and the creek will be washing that stuff out as I'm raking and shoveling. So what a sifter is a box, and it will have a screen in it, so I can shovel dirt with rocks, and hopefully rocks that are artifacts. As I can sift the dirt away from it, I'll be able to find some artifacts. Always getting at the big guns here. We're getting going. It's sort of the shape taking place here, and we're going to need some screen and some handles and some legs, and it'll be done. And I'm screwing the screws in. Okay, so the screen is on, and we have a lot of screws holding that in, so it's very strong. But we're going to put slats on top of it to really cinch that down and secure it, because it's going to hold a lot of weight when you start throwing shovel loads of dirt in there and stones from the creek. Okay, so there it is, nice and strong. And now we're talking about putting some short legs on it and having some handholds, keeping it nice and light so it's portable and able to go down to the creek and find arrowheads. Okay, so each leg then is attached with a bolt and washers, like I said, so it has the freedom to move. And Tom's cutting the piece that will be the brace. Okay, so this is the legs and brace in resting position when not in use. It's like that. And then here, Tom, hold this camera. In working position, it would then be like this. So that works perfect. And in the creek, it can sit up on that angle. I can toss the gravel in there and let the water wash it up before I sift it. And it should work great. Thank you, Tom. So a couple of tips for if you're making something like this. There's actually where the wire is attached. The wire is screwed on, and then there's a strip here to go on top of that, and that's screwed in mighty tight to really hold that wire on, because that's going to be taking a beating. That's going to be having a lot of weight thrown in it, and the wire has to be in there really secure. Also, we have 3 screws holding the frame together at each corner, because again, it's got to be tough, so we wanted it to be light and tough. And Tom just happened to have some pine around, which was cool. But you can see, if you're able to use a skill saw and, you know, have a drill and a screw gun, and also be able to drill a hole for your handhelds, that's basically, well, the jigsaw, we use the jigsaw in there too. But basically, your regular tools that a lot of people have, you know, handy at home to make one of those. So I hope you enjoyed today's coffee chat. And we'll get one last shot of Anthony.